Oh boy, I got to get to bed. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Those of you who are coming in, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. I'm not going to be able to see what you say in the chat because I got this screen up. Okay. I am really tired tonight. I've been working really hard, y'all. Um, Trying to meet with these deadlines, praying and hoping that this will be successful for Robert Sylvester Kelly as his attorneys are trying to um, put in that motion for this retrial to go through and a whole lot of other things. But it's not an easy fight. This has been a long battle, a hard battle, because we got people. I don't know about people sometimes, but anyway, I've been in communication offline with some of the supporters, hoping that they will collaborate with me and also push for a call to action and stay in this fight. We're not waiting on anything, documents, court documents, or anything. We got to keep fighting. We got to keep, you know, bringing awareness on what's going on in Robert Sylvester Kelly's battle right now. We are his people. We are his voice. We are the ones who have stakes and made the investments in his music. Without us, it would have never been able for Sony or any of these other entities to profit off of Robert Sylvester Kelly's music and have rights over his catalog because it was who we were as his fans who brought the tickets, sold out concerts, and also brought his albums and everything else like that. We were the fans all over the world that helped him build the enterprise of the Sony Music and Entertainment and R. Kelly's brand. So this is why I've been so going so hard at this. This is why I've been trying to bring attention to a lot of his supporters because it's us. I wrote this statement here, a public statement here, because there's been people sampling songs on R. Kelly's music, and I think that is so. To me, that's robbery, that's thief, that's lies, and this man is in prison. He was not given, he didn't have any rights over it, and I think that's wrong. It's his work, and I don't think anybody should be copying off of his work like that while he's incarcerated without him having any input on it. So this is why I made this statement publicly so his fans and supporters, I got to fight against all these algorithms on social media. And I bring this to people's attention. Hopefully it will hit somebody who will have the insight and the wisdom and the discernment to see what I'm saying here. Because some people are just on this thing for the clout. They want to get the attention for themselves. And this tension is not for me or you, it's for Robert Sylvester Kelly because right now he is not in any place to really fight for himself. Now I'm sharing this public statement with you because I'm fighting with the algorithms. I said, well, let me go live. Hopefully people will come to my channel and to my platform, whatever, and also read the statement. And it's a statement, and I'll put it as an open letter to Sony, to Sony Music and all licensing entities. Let me get my glasses. Bear with me, y'all. Y'all can read it while I'm looking for my glasses, and we can read it together. Oh, God, be with me. This was a public statement to Sony Music and all licensing entities. Managing the catalog of Robert Sylvester Kelly, it has come to our attention that artists are sampling the music of Robert Sylvester Kelly while he remains incarcerated. Most recently with I Wish, Young Thug. I didn't put his name out there. But there was a sample of R. Kelly's song I Wish on something that Young Thug did. And I think that is something disrespectful and it's wrong. They're not out here fighting for him, but they just trying to gain clout and they trying to make money off of R. Kelly while he's still incarcerated like he did in his last song that he released out here publicly to us about didn't I build you up, made you all these hits. Why you not going to show me love? And I'm not talking about no chick. Show me who y'all haven't even put money on his commissary. Y'all done nothing for him. But y'all want to make money off his music, off his work. And this is what he's talking about. And he's letting his fans know this is what they're doing to me. I'm writing songs, but I'm not getting paid for my work. But people are sampling my music, and people are out here using the work that I've worked on, and they using it to build up their own brand. That's why when I opened up this R. Kelly platform to advocate for him, I was not accepting any money from anybody due to the fact that by me doing that, I can't do it the way I want to do it to advocate for Robert Sylvester Kelly. See, it takes away from who I'm fighting for. So I'd rather you do it on your own to send whatever you can for to help and support him, or whatever you can do to help and support Robert Sylvester Kelly. That's what a lot of these supporters have done. Fans, so-called fans and supporters. They played themselves. They got out here advocating for Robert Sylvester Kelly once they started building up the attention of supporters, attention to from the supporters, and whatever attention they were getting as far as getting subscribers or whatever. Now they want to. They don't want to talk about these things. They want to take credit for themselves, but they don't want to give nothing to Robert Sylvester Kelly. They don't even want to come out and have a call for action for him because that's going to hurt their subscribers that they got off of fraud. Look at what Sylvia did. She built up her platform. Yeah, she came out and advocated. She was at the rallies. She was a part of all of that. Then all of a sudden, she built up her brand. And she left the group. And started moving into other advocacy for other artists and doing other things for people on her platform. I spoke to a friend of mine yesterday and she was like, well, why don't you try to make money on your channel? I was like, no, I didn't break my channel for me. I did this channel for Robert Sylvester Kelly. That's why I used the name Casey McDaniel, because it's not for who I really am. It's for Robert Sylvester Kelly, not me. I'm not the artist. I'm not the person behind in prison. I'm here to advocate for his work, for what he's done and how he's being treated and how he's been railroaded. And I'm trying to be out here for to do activism and to be advocacy. As a supporter, I made my investments in his career for 30 years. I followed his work. I've been committed to his work. I always enjoyed listening to his music and his songs. And now, at this time right now, I can't go to a concert for him. I can't buy a CD for him due to the fact that he's incarcerated and his money is being misused. They stole from this man. And I wrote it all here for you to see it. Supporting the music of Robert Sylvester Kelly while he remains incarcerated. Most recently, I wish this practice raises urgent and serious concerns. Robert Sylvester Kelly is not in a position to grant or deny consent. He is not free to oversee how his artistry, which he spent decades creating, is being commercialized and distributed, allowing other artists to profit from his catalog while he cannot even advocate for himself is exploitation at its highest level. Sony and all parties involved must answer these questions publicly. Who is authorizing these clearances? Where is the money going? Why is Robert Sylvester Kelly being silenced while others profit from his genius? As fans and supporters, we purchased the album, sold out the concerts, and poured our resources into making this catalog valuable without us. The listeners, there will be no legacy for others to sample. We demand that no new licenses, samples, or clearances be granted without Robert Sylvester Kelly's direct input and approval. Anything less is theft, plain and simple. This is not just about music, this is about human dignity, about respecting the rights of the man behind the art. We will not sit by while corporations exploit his absence for profit. We demand transparency, we demand accountability, and we demand that Sony and his licensing partners stop approving samples and clearances until Robert Sylvester Kelly himself can have a voice in the matter. Respectfully. So all supporters can sign their names and send these letters to Sony. I'm not doing this for myself. Like I said, this is for Robert Sylvester Kelly. You his fan, I'm his fan. You his supporter, I'm his supporter. That's why I'm doing this for not just me, but for us. I'm not taking the credit for myself. Some of these ideas came from other people that have actually engaged with me on other platforms about we need to go boycott Sony. And I say, well, we need to do that. And then me having my background that I have in corporate America and in corporate banking, I have some knowledge of these things. So I brought that into this fight with me. I didn't just do this for me. And I gotta go through all this. I gotta fight back and forth with chaos with other supporters because they not looking at it the same way I'm looking at it, and we have a totally different way of doing this. Because some of y'all came in late in the game. I was here from day one. In the beginning of his start of his career, I've been a fan. Since the 90s. Some people just heard about him when he got in trouble, incarcerated, and they started learning and listening about his music. So they not as deep in it as I am. They on the surface. But I try to share with them what I do know. I never took participation in none of the wickedness. I never took participation in the infamous tape. I never saw the tape up until this day. I only saw what people have shared about the tape from what has been coming the rumors and the gossip about the tape, but I have never witnessed the tape myself. All I ever focused on was the work that he put into his music. What went on behind closed doors and things that I did not see, I don't speak. I do not be take did not take part of that. I just know what I have been in my life with his music. I have never ran to other platforms that was having certain differences with arcade. Those platforms like Tasha K and platforms like Team Truth and Old Cop, I stayed away from those platforms. A lot of the other supporters was like they wanted to be over there and they wanted to be into seeing what they had to say. I didn't want to hear what they had to say. If it wasn't something good, I didn't want to be a part of it. I didn't want it to go through my ears. And I kept warning supporters from this since 2019. And here we are in 2025. And the reason why they scattered and they fell off is because they was in some place where they shouldn't have been. And now they don't even come out and fight for him anymore because now they sit in uncertainty. You have to be careful. And I've been saying that for the longest. And I'm in this fight with my true heart, with true passion. But I'm being overshadowed because there's some out there that's just bringing negative energy and putting negative thoughts into your head. They already started attacking his attorney publicly. That's not going to help R. Kelly. That's why I posted here, and let me go back to what I posted. We don't attack the attorneys, whether they doing a good job, whether they doing a bad job, because right now the deadline is for September the 17th, and it's a very critical time for Robert Sylvester Kelly. And I said here, R. Kelly court update, read carefully. Family, I want to clear up the confusion about Robert's case. Some are asking, why haven't we seen a motion online? Or attorney Bo Brintley, I'm sorry, why haven't we seen an emotion online or attacking attorney Bo Brintley? Here's the truth. When they see the confusion among the supporters, that gives the government the opportunity to win. We have to stay encouraging his attorney no matter what we see right now that don't seem right, but we still got to stay in encouragement. It's frustrating, but we got to stay encouraging. We got to think positive. We got to think that they have a plan, they have a strategy, and they moving in silence. And that's what we supposed to think because we want the best to come out of this for Robert Sylvester Kelly. Going on this attack mode at the attorneys is not good for Robert Sylvester Kelly. The judge ordered filing by mail because when they file, the defense, the government, they have the upper hand. Okay, that's the whole thing to the fight. When you're fighting in the law, it's about winning. And they have to find another loophole, a strategy. And everything they post online isn't always working in the best interest of Robert Sylvester Kelly. Because you notice as soon as something goes through Pacer, his supporters are putting it online, and then the government is right there reading it, knowing how they moving, knowing what they gonna do, and that's how they gonna get to win. Because they see all the distraction going on. That's the strategy. Robert's defense response to the government's motion is due September the 17th. They moved it from his response, not his response, but the government response was supposed to have been on a certain deadline, at least submitted by at least something in October. And then they would have made a decision by January of 2026. But that has been canceled. There is no hearing set before January 2026. It was canceled. That's why you won't see filings popping up online like before. What this means, if the defense doesn't respond strongly by September 17th, the case could be thrown out. The government gets the last word before the judge rules. The judge will decide if Robert Case lives or dies based on these filings. Our role as supporters do not attack Robert's legal team. That only helps the government. Stay consistent, keep writing, calling, organizing, letting the court see there is strong public support. Spread the word. Don't let anyone think this fight is over. Bottom line, this is one of the most critical deadlines in Robert Sylvester Kelly's legal fight. Supporters need to stay united, focused, and loud, and not divided. Justice is for the living. Stand strong for R. Kelly. And that's what I wrote. And I also made here, I'm running out of my battery is running low here on my phone because I'm doing this on my phone and not on my laptop. But I just wanted to just come and clear some things up because some people, they in this for themselves. They not here for Robert Sylvester Kelly. They in their own feelings, personality, conflict, whatever. But regardless to all of that, how I feel about you is about Robert Sylvester Kelly. Point blank, period. Because that's what this fight is about. It's not about you. I didn't know you until it came to knowing through him and through this battle he's going through. That's how I came to know some of you. I didn't come to know you before this all happened. So I didn't come into this fight for you. I came here for Robert Sylvester Kelly, and I'm not going to be totally disrespectful to you because of the simple fact that I think of him before I think of myself first. And that's where my human heart lies. So, with that being said, God bless you all. Have a good night. And think about what I'm saying. I just hope you will join me and collaborate with me and continue to follow me as I continue the mission for this fight for Robert Sylvester Kelly and his fight for justice. God